The story begins with a 15-year-old gorilla named Aria, born at the Smithsonian National Zoo. Aria wasn't like the other gorillas. She was special, friendly, and loved spending time with the zoo staff. Over the years, the zookeepers became really fond of her. They treated her like family and always hoped she would become a mother one day. Usually, female gorillas give birth around the age of 10, but Aria was already 14, and the staff started to worry she might never have a baby. Then something surprising happened. Aria started showing signs that she could be pregnant. She had morning sickness, felt nauseous, and didn't have much of an appetite. It wasn't easy to tell if a gorilla was pregnant because their stomachs are so large, but these signs gave the staff hope. Caroline, one of the staff members, noticed the changes first. She suggested they test for pregnancy using a human pregnancy test. The result was negative, but Caroline didn't give up. She believed there was still a chance, so she pushed for another test in 2 weeks. Everyone was eager to find out if Aria's dream of becoming a mother would come true. The staff decided to try the pregnancy test again. This time, when the test was ready, Caroline nervously held it up with her eyes closed. The staff counted to 3, and then Caroline opened her eyes. She looked at the test and saw 2 thick lines. Her heart raced with joy. She couldn't believe it. "It's positive! Aria is pregnant!" she screamed, and the whole team erupted into cheers. Everyone was so happy, but they knew there was still a lot to do. Aria was going to be a mom for the first time, so the team had to help her get ready. Aria was a quick learner, and she picked up everything the team taught her. She learned to urinate on command, which helped the staff track her hormones. The team also trained her to let them check her breasts for lactation tests and take ultrasound scans to see how the baby was developing. They even trained her mother, Loon, just in case Aria needed help after giving birth. As time went on, it became clear that Aria was going to be a great mother, and the staff couldn't wait to see her become a mom. During her pregnancy, the team kept a close eye on Aria's health to make sure she was doing well. They knew that after giving birth, gorillas could sometimes become aggressive, so they trained Aria to be comfortable with humans taking care of her baby. The staff knew they might have to step in and help if anything went wrong during the birth. At 7 months, they decided to name the unborn baby Phony, which means little one in Lingala, an African language. They were so excited to meet the new addition to their gorilla family. To help Aria prepare for motherhood, the team gave her soft toys to play with and even showed her videos of other gorillas caring for their babies. Aria seemed to learn quickly and was becoming more and more ready. Then, one evening, Aria started to go into labor. Gorilla labor can last anywhere from 6 to 12 hours, so when Aria was still in labor after a few hours, no one worried too much. But as the hours passed and it reached 11, the staff began to feel anxious. They stayed close by, watching Aria carefully, with one staff member even filming the entire process. After 13 hours, Aria finally gave birth. The moment the baby came out, Aria gently kissed its face, and a deep bond was formed. The staff cheered with tears of joy. This was a special moment. Aria had become a mother at the age of 15, which was rare for a gorilla. The team continued to care for Aria and her baby, both of whom were doing great. Aria and Phony's bond grew stronger with each passing day. Watching Aria, a young gorilla, become a mother was truly a miracle. But not all gorillas are as fortunate as Aria. Some, like Meera at the Philadelphia Zoo, need extra help when it's time to give birth. In 2016, when Meera got pregnant, the zoo staff was excited but also a bit nervous. They had always had success with natural births, but this time felt different. Gorillas don't experience the same extreme labor pains as humans, and they usually seem calm during labor. However, Meera showed some strange signs. She was stretching her arms above her head and making squatting motions, which was unusual. As the night went on, it became clear that Meera wasn't progressing with her labor. By midnight, the staff decided to get some rest, thinking she would give birth by morning. But when the staff returned the next day, they found Meera still in labor. She was exhausted and wouldn't eat, which made the staff worry. Something wasn't right, and they needed help. They contacted a nearby hospital and spoke to OB/GYN Dr. Rachel. Though she had never delivered a baby gorilla before, Dr. Rachel understood the urgency and rushed to the zoo to help. When Dr. Rachel arrived, the zoo staff had already moved Meera into a van and brought her to a nearby building. Everyone was tense, hoping for a smooth delivery. Dr. Rachel quickly got to work and performed an ultrasound to check on the baby. The good news was that the baby's heart rate was normal, but there was a problem. The baby was facing the wrong way. Normally, gorillas give birth with their babies facing the mother's front, but Meera's baby was facing downwards, making it much harder for her to push it out. Dr. Rachel knew they had to act fast. She didn't want to do a C-section, as it would mean a long recovery for Meera. So, she came up with a plan. Dr. Rachel carefully sedated Meera to help her relax, and then made a small incision to give the baby more space. With one deep breath, she carefully pulled the baby out. "The baby is here!" she exclaimed, and the entire room filled with cheers. The little boy weighed 5 pounds, 2.26 kilograms, and was in perfect health. That night, the staff allowed Meera to rest and recover from the anesthesia. The next day, they introduced her to her newborn baby, and the two bonded instantly. Dr. Rachel, who was 28 weeks pregnant herself at the time, later said, "For the most part, I was in the moment, doing what I do every day. It wasn't until afterward that it really hit me. Oh my, I believe I just delivered a gorilla." Meera's story, like Aria's, is an example of the incredible bond between mother and child. It also highlights the hard work and dedication of the zoo staff, whose care and expertise help these endangered creatures thrive. Their efforts remind us how important it is to protect gorillas and their habitats. That's all for today. Now, it's your turn to share your thoughts about this story. What's the next story you'd like to know? Let us know in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of these amazing videos on The Wild Wonder.